around the table, enjoying their expectant faces. "I never have to work again. What do you think of that?" "Wow," said little Harry. "Brilliant," said Jem. "That was unexpected," said Lucy. "How come?" said Mum. "Because," said Dad, "I have been sacked. Hooray!" "Hooray!" yelled little Harry. "Hooray!" re-yelled Dad. "I'm pleased that you're pleased," said Mum, "but are you sure it's entirely excellent news?" "If you have no job," said Jem, "doesn't that mean we'll be really poor and starve to death?" "No," said Dad. "It means we'll be able to do whatever we want and go wherever we like. The word today," he said, "is opportunity." "I want my dinosaur back," yelled little Harry. Dad explained the details. "Since the day I left school," he said, "I have worked in a factory making tiny, tiny parts for really big machines. But now the company has a new contract, making even tinier parts for even bigger machines. My fingers are just too big for the job. So they said they had to let me go." "Go where?" said Jem. "Go anywhere we like," said Dad. "When you say anywhere," said Jem, "does that include abroad?" No one in the Tooting family had ever been abroad before. "Anywhere," said Dad, "means anywhere in the world." He smiled at Mum. "And dearest, you get first pick." Mum blushed a little and said, "Well, you always promised to take me to Paris." "Paris," he said, "is yours the moment we are packed. Lucy?" "Me?" said Lucy. "I don't want to go anywhere. I want to spend my days in my room now that I've finally got it the way I like it." Lucy had got rid of all the ornaments and dancing certificates from her room, painted the walls and her bookcase black, dyed her duvet and her pillow slip. "You must want to go somewhere." "I suppose I wouldn't mind seeing the pyramids. I could sit in the desert looking at the Sphinx and think about dead pharaohs with their gold and jewels lying there in the desert night. Dead, dead, dead." "I can see we're going to need to plan our route," said Dad. "Go and get that map of the world from your bedroom wall." "The map of the world isn't on my bedroom wall anymore," said Lucy. "The colours were too bright, yellow and blue and pink. Pastel colours depress me." "But I've had that map since I was a little boy. I won it for being punctual. It says so on the back. What have you done with it?" "I stuck it up on Jem's wall." "Jem, it was completely out of date," said Jem. "There were countries on there that were shut down years ago, and new countries that weren't even mentioned. Instead of France, it had something called Gaul. It was supposed to be a historical map." "That's what I said, out of date. I put it in recycling." "What? Do you know how often I had to be punctual to win that prize? Why would you want an out-of-date map when there's really good sat-nav in the car? A map like that could be dangerous." "Dangerous? How?" "If you tried to use it, you would get lost. People get lost all the time. Cities get lost even." "What cities get lost?" said Lucy. "El Dorado, Camelot, Troy, Xanadu, Atlantis. They were all big cities once, and now no one knows where they are. They got lost. I bet it was because of out-of-date maps." "Maps go out of date," said Dad, "because countries change. And people can go out of date because their fingers are too big for the machines. That doesn't mean they should be put in a bin. Just because something's out of date doesn't mean it's no use." "Dad, I was talking about maps, not fingers," said Jem. "I didn't mean—" "And it's all fine anyway," said Mum, "because I took the map out of recycling again. Here it is." She spread it out on the table and touched the back of Dad's hand. "I've always been very proud of your father's punctuality," she said. "It's one of his most attractive qualities, along with his boyish smile." Dad smiled his boyish smile. "Now, Jem, you said you wanted to go to El Dorado. Show your dad where it is on the map." "I don't know where it is on the map. That's the point. It's lost." "I was making a point about how easy it is to get lost. If a big city can get lost, a small person can get lost." "It's somewhere around here," said Dad, pointing to South America. "Well then," said Mum, "we'll stop and ask when we get to the general area. The locals are bound to know. Little Harry, what about you?" "Dinosaurs!" yelled little Harry. "We'll try our best," said Dad. "So, what have we got? Paris for Mum, Cairo for Lucy."